Welcome to Newsworthy Stories with Jacqueline Jimenez. I had the privilege of being featured in the 40 over 40 Bombshell Series and even on the cover of this magazine. It's an opportunity to not only bring visibility, but share your story in a unique way. But there's so much more to this journey. And now Penny Fraser is ready for the next issue. And we're going to hear from her in just a minute. But first, a look at how we all were recognized. Penny Fraser of Penny Fraser Photography turning the Fort Lauderdale Women's Club into her backdrop for the reveal of her 40 over 40 magazine. The room was filled with women featured in the magazine as well as supporters.
This idea came to me during the pandemic when I was taking photos of myself, self-portraits, to give myself some boost of confidence, some happiness, and it really changed my life. So I wanted to do that for others. So I wanted to focus on women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s because that's an underserved demographic. I want to give these women visibility and take a moment to celebrate themselves. They're always giving to their families, community, church, job, and this is something just for them, a legacy, timeless portrait, and an experience to help boost their confidence and just really celebrate themselves.
Penny not only photographs the women featured in the magazine, but writes the compelling stories behind their faces. The guests in the room had an opportunity to hear from some of them in person.
I was in the camera's eye like a long time ago. So getting back in front of the camera for me was like a little intimidating, but it made me feel, again, accomplished. I'm giving my children some inspiration to let them know that it's okay to continue and be the best version of yourself no matter when in life. So
I had so much more fun with this shoot than I ever thought I would. And then I was starting prep for my show, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I may never be in this good a shape again the rest of my life. Might as well document it.
I really think that her photograph of me really captured the kind of attorney that I would like, to be perceived as. It's like a very soft, beautiful headshot, and so I was so excited. I immediately added it to my email so everyone could see.
The 40 over 40 event is not only an excellent opportunity for visibility, awareness, and personal branding, but also to see yourself in a different light for the first time.
As a news producer, most of the time I have spent most of my career behind the camera. And so to receive this award, I received an award to be Marquise Who's Who in America for the 2024-25 edition. And I wanted to be able to mark that in a special way. And being on the cover of a magazine just did that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this really, scores that. And Penny's really good with direction. So here now she was the one doing all the directing, saying where you should stand, how you should, view yourself, but again, it wasn't until I saw the photos, I was like, wow, it's very special. It was soft. It brought out my personality and the way that I felt that when people looked at it, they actually saw me.
I needed a headshot, so I called Penny. And it wasn't a terrible experience. Penny made it fun. It was like no fuss, no drama, no big fluff. And she told me what to bring, what to wear, what to do, how to sit, how to smile. And in the end, the picture came out nice, and I had the headshot that I needed. So if you're like me and you're not a camera person, call Penny. She'll take care of everything.
Sure. What I really think is probably the perfect picture for my personality, because I believe we have to lead with love. So it was amazing. The experience, the privacy of the process, various outfits, jewelry, and the coaching. I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you, Penny.
Thank you.
For me, the camera has always been my first love. Sorry, babe. I started modeling when I was like 10, 11 years old, and of course, life happened and had children and put that to the side, but I did a lot with it. So with this experience, it just made me that model coming back out. And Penny, you remember my set, you're like, wait, I think you've done this before. And I'm like, and I was just posing away, you couldn't stop me. So for me, I just want to thank you for allowing me to experience that again. It's, like I said, I love the camera, and I think the camera loves me. And
working with Penny is interesting, because from my perspective, I usually am behind the lens as well, and I'm shooting, but this becomes a collaboration. It's not just a person shooting you, you are working with them and you're interacting, and I think that's really great, especially when you are used to being behind the camera or a person who avoids the camera at all costs. This allows you to get better acquainted with not just how you look based on what the camera's showing, but how the photographer feels and how you feel in retrospect. So I think in a way it's a nice way to get to know yourself as an individual at this current moment, as some of you have mentioned, which I think is really clever, because it's so easy to avoid a camera or do the selfie that looks distorted and not quite right. Mm-hmm. She's capturing you as you are, and that acceptance of who you are at this very moment is very difficult to accept until you have somebody like Penny that can help make that possible. So thank you.
Thank you.
You asked me to bring a prop. And I totally forgot that I'm an author, like several times over. So I brought my book, and then you asked me to bring another prop, and I brought the microphone. So I got the chance to take a photo with the microphone and my book. And I also want to talk about the fact that there was an article that was written on us. Yes. And it was amazing. So you're like a writer?
I would love to thank Broward County Cultural Division. Without their support, this project wouldn't be possible. Also, thank you to the nonprofits that have partnered with us, Gilda's Club of South Florida and Fort Lauderdale Women's Club, and to our food sponsor, Mark Martana and Commissioner Don Arminio. They are so great. This is the second year that they have helped us with the food sponsoring. And there's so many community sponsors, and we thank all of you. Without your help and support, this event wouldn't be what it is today.
Say Bombshell. Bombshell.
If you're interested in participating in the 40 over 40 magazine, go to pennyfraserphotography.com for details. Joining me now to talk more about 40 over 40, the next Bombshell series, is Penny Fraser herself of Penny Fraser Photography. Thank you so much for joining me, Penny.
Thank you so much for having me here.
You are no stranger to Newsworthy stories, and that's because what you do is so vital. What you do and how you do it, the visibility that you bring, but it's how you do it. I really enjoy sharing what you do because you're so good at it. And so tell me more about this next issue of 40 over 40, the Bombshell series, and the why behind it.
Thank you so much. The why is to celebrate and give space for women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond to be seen. And it's about empowering and celebrating your story. And how I do it is as someone who is a portrait photographer and artist, I love to help women transform into their space, to feel beautiful, to feel celebrated. And I do that through a photo shoot. I photograph women. You don't need any modeling experience. I help them with posing, with coaching emotions, helping them with wardrobe. I have a large studio wardrobe. And I help them through that process. And then we come up with these gorgeous images. And I have an event once a year. The next event is going to be October 25th. It'll be at the Fort Lauderdale Women's Club. And we will be celebrating these women in the series by sharing their stories. It's all about community, connection, feeling seen, and I do that through a magazine that is online, and it can be in print, and through an art show, and through this event.
Well, I have to tell you, I had the experience, right, of being photographed and having you, share your expertise with me. And I just realized I'm reaching over here.
Yes.
Because I have my own copy of my 40 over 40 magazine, and I'm on the cover. And I'll show you a better shot of it, But I have to tell you, what an exciting time to see yourself on the cover of a magazine. I mean, even, when my family members walk into the room, they're like, oh, look, mommy's on the cover, or my wife's on the cover, and it's kind of cool. And it's not only good for your soul, right, your mind, but it's just good to see yourself in that way. And I think the visibility that comes with it, for other people to see, no matter what it is. When people see you on the cover of a magazine, they automatically have a depiction of a different view of you. They're going to see you differently. They're not going to see you as just a business or just a whatever, or they're going to see you as an expert. This type of visibility is something that I think is so vitally important. That's why I'm like, I know you've been trying to come to the Bring Your Business to the Beach NetWORKcation, and it seems like, something has always happened, but I'm really hoping you make it to this next one, because I want people to meet you. I want them to hear from you and to be able to be a part of this series one way or the other. And not just, I know women are your specialty, but do you ever work with men? Just curious.
Yes. I photograph men. I've done a lot of corporate headshots for men, and also couples shoots. And when I do maternity, men are there along with their spouse or girlfriend during that maternity shoot. I also photograph seniors. So women under 40, I've done a lot of beauty photo shoots, mermaid, angel, some really fun ones. So I photograph, everybody. I do beauty, boudoir, branding, headshots, maternity, like I mentioned, and seniors, high school seniors. So there's
you have to specify, right? High school seniors and senior citizens. That's kind of funny, because my mind went straight to senior citizens, but then I was like, oh wait, yeah, that's right, high school seniors. So you really do have to differentiate. I love that. I just had a little idea go through my mind. I was like, oh wow, what a great idea to sponsor a photography shoot with senior citizens, for senior citizens to see themselves on the cover of a magazine. That's a great sponsorship. So someone come up with that, and I would love to see that shoot.
Yeah, well, 40 over 40 Bombshell Series goes all the way up to 70s, 80s. So, it's all anybody over 40. And we've had some great sponsors in the past. Right now, I am, looking for sponsors for the next series. This is my 5th year doing it, and it has really transformed so many lives, and I know that it gives a lot of visibility. I encourage everybody to go to my website to see the flip book. It's a version of the magazine that's free for everybody to look at, because the stories are so incredible. And I specialize each photo shoot to reflect each person. So they're all different. They all are saying something, and it's all bespoke, individual. And I love that I'm able to give that platform to others.
And I really think what you're doing, especially with the stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really think that aspect of it really adds to it, because I always tell people everyone can't get the award, especially if you're in a corporation.
Mm-hmm.
If you're working in corporate, everyone doesn't get an award. And a lot of times the awards go to people who are not necessarily the ones doing the work. They're just the ones with the greater title. To me, when you are featured in this type of magazine, this is how you do personal branding for yourself. If you're an executive, who's in this position, that I'm talking about, when I talk about personal branding, that's why I get excited about what you do, because to me, there's a niche that I'm working with, which are these executives who are doing the work and they're using their face, but they don't have a place to highlight or feature them, or even feature their experience or their expertise. And you can do that with 40 over 40. You can do that through story. You can do that with your own website. You can do that with your own Instagram page. And this is what I, really try to encourage executives particularly to do, because that way at some point you're not relying on a corporation for the rest of your life. You can become a consultant, because now people can see who you are and who you've been behind the scenes. And now all these other things build your credibility. They just add to that credibility. And so I really like the partnership between you and I in that area, because I really think the collaboration between the two of us, and even I know you haven't met her because she wasn't able to come and you weren't able to come, but a lady by the name of Linda Pringle Evans, called Branded Newsworthy. That's what we're doing. And I just see you in that collaboration of offering this format for the executives that we hope to work with it down the line.
Exactly. I was at a chamber event recently. It was for women, and they had a full room full of these amazing women in the community. And I had the magazine with me. And there were a few ladies flipping through. Oh, I know her. They take a picture and they send it to her. And then they really read her story. They may know her or of her, but this is the opportunity to really get to know that person. And I know the magazine's been shared with so many in the community, and it's fun seeing people connect through the series. I have an event coming up. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's in January. It is going to be in Pompano, and it's going to be at Soulful Steep on January. It's Saturday, I think January 17th or 19th. I got to look it up.
Well, whenever we share this interview, just make sure that you put that in the comments. Upload that flyer to the comments so that we can see exactly what it is. And then we'll be able to follow you, but also follow, Penny Fraser on her Instagram and her other social media platforms, so that you will know the other events that she's having. You can find out how to participate. Also, whatever discounts and deals she may have from time to time, right? And so you want to get in on that. And I'm just, I was going to say something, and I'm like trying to get back to it, because like, what was that? Like, I kind of slipped my mind for a second as to what I was going to say. But again, 40 over 40 Bombshell Series The other thing is, where did you get the eye for what you do? I mean, when you shoot, oh, I think that's what it was. I was going to say, when you're talking about the stories that you write, the story that I shared in that magazine, I've never shared with anyone. So that's a different story that I don't think I have shared anywhere. And so, please go and read the story because it is a story and an opportunity to share something I haven't shared. And so I do hope you will go and read that story. But back to what I was saying again was the eye for what you do. I mean, you have a tremendous eye and a gift for just transforming people.
Thank you so much. I have always been an artist. I used to draw and paint and always portraits. And as I got older, I got into photography, and it's very similar. It's how you look at light. And when I'm behind the lens, I'm looking at different things, composition, lighting, and so forth. And I professionally edit my photos, and I really try and capture the bombshell side of each person. And I also take some photos and transform them into art. That artist is still inside me. And last year, I displayed one of my art pieces that was a photograph that I digitally painted and then embellished with regular paint. It was during Art Basel last year at Spectrum. And I'm really excited because I just became a resident artist at the Dakota building through Zero Empty Spaces. And I'm going to be in 2026 also doing some commissioned art pieces.
That's fantastic. Yay. It's wonderful being recognized because your work is really beautiful.
Thank you.
Really beautiful. And again, I'm hoping we make it. I know you always sign up. You sign up.
Yes,
I go to the NetWORKcations, but something has gotten in our way.
The one.
I tell you what, if I'm telling you, I feel strong that if you walk in that room, I'm putting you on the panel because
yes. Oh, I would love that.
Because I really do find what you do, Penny. You come off as it's very soft spoken, and you are kind of soft spoken, but what your work is bold. And that's, just the beauty of what you do. And, I might have to work on you to be a little more bold, put that out there in your speaking. But you're very soft spoken, but your work just, it just really speaks volumes. And that's what I like, is that when you show your work, I don't have to ask you if you're good at what you do. I can see it. And I tell people that all the time. Show your work. If you're good at what you do, show it. Let's see it, And if you can't show your work, then improve your work so that you can show it. Don't think, no, improve, fix it, and then show it. And then that's all you really need. That's all the need that you need. Testimonials. But if you have work like you do, photography, you can see it. And that just silences any critic, because you can just pull out that little brochure that you have and where all the photos just come out. I love it. It's like, but it's awesome. So tell us something that we absolutely need to know about Penny Fraser Photography, and how, I know it's running across the bottom, how to reach you, but what else should we know? What else should we know, or even how to prepare?
Right now, I am interviewing for the next 40 over 40 series. So if you want to nominate yourself, contact me. If you want to nominate someone else that you know in the community, please contact me. And then everybody gets interviewed. So I have a wide variety of stories. I just photographed Rita Case, the CEO and president of Rick Case Motors.
Yes.
The keynote speaker at the next event. And I am looking for more women to interview, photograph, and have in the event. It's an art show and also the magazine launch. So if you have a story, you know someone who's incredible in the community, please contact me. My website is Penny Fraser Photography. That's PennyFraser photography.com. My phone number is 786-970-8843. I would love to hear your story and help you connect with others in the community and share what you're doing. Give yourself some visibility. Feel seen, feel beautiful, have an amazing photo shoot and some incredible images that you could use in your business for branding, or even legacy images you can pass down to others in your family and just enjoy and feel gorgeous, empowered, like a bombshell.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I need someone to do your Bombshell series. I need to see you in it. So you have to figure out how to have that done. I bet that would be a wonderful shoot as well.
Thank you.
Anyway, we'll work on that. Thank you so much, Penny. And we'll just speak it into existence. We will see you at the next NetWORKcation. I can't wait.
Yes, I can't wait. Thank you.